Students, in this video, I will explain you the chapter A Truly Beautiful Mind taken from the Class 9 book of Beehive. The theme of the story is the development of Einstein's genius and how his brilliant theories revolutionized our understanding of space, time, and the world around us. The story gives an insight into Einstein's critical views regarding the misuse of atomic bombs and his fear about large scale destruction. We get to know about his efforts to put an end to arms build-up and campaign for peace and democracy. Albert Einstein, a scientist, was born on 14th March 1879 in Ulm, Germany. As a child, he was a misfit. He played alone most of the time and loved mechanical toys. His mother made him play the violin at the age of 6. He went to a high school in Munich and was a good student. However, he hated the school's regimentation and often clashed with his teachers. That is, he often argued with his teachers. He went against them. At the age of 15, he left the school for good. So when he was not able to adjust anymore in the school, he left the school. He continued his education in Switzerland as he found it more liberal than Munich. He studied at a university in Zurich. He had a special gift for studying mathematics and physics. While at university, he fell in love with a fellow student named Mileva Marek. In 1900, Einstein worked as a teaching assistant and gave private lessons. In 1902, he secured a regular job as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. In 1903, he married Mileva Marek. Then the couple went on to have 2 sons. In 1905, Einstein wrote a paper on the special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. In 1915, he published his general theory of relativity, which provided a new interpretation of gravity. In 1919, Einstein's marriage to Mileva ended in divorce. He then married his cousin Elsa the same year. In 1921, he received the Nobel Prize for Physics. When the Nazis came to power in Germany in 1933, Einstein immigrated to the United States. What he did? He emigrated to the United States. 5 years later, nuclear fission was discovered in Berlin. Einstein wrote to American President Franklin Roosevelt, warning him about the destruction an atomic bomb could cause. Nevertheless, the Americans developed the atomic bomb in a secret project of their own. And in August 1945, which year? 1945, dropped it on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Disturbed, Einstein wrote a public missive to the United Nations proposing the formation of a world government. Einstein was strictly against the wars. As time went by, he got more involved in politics and campaigned for peace and democracy. So Einstein only expected peace all over. He wanted that all the countries in the world should maintain peace and there should be no kind of war. Though he was a scientist, he was never against the killings of human beings. He was never in the favor of doing anything against mankind. He died at the age of 76 in 1955. So that's all about Albert Einstein. So you can understand from the chapter that when Albert Einstein was a kid, he was a small child. He was not at that time having a very, strong outfit. He was at that time having a number of problems, but he overcame all these and later in his life proved to be a genius. As a child, he was a misfit. He learned to speak at a very late age, and also he didn't have much friends when he was a kid. So, students, please read the chapter. That's all for today. Have a nice day.